Hello everyone, welcome to the Ichimoku.co daily stock market review for the trading day ending Wednesday, July 27th. Firstly to the S&P 500, and here we see the market continuing to congest about these same levels that we've been trading in for the last week and a half or so. Important support coming in once again down below. The Candlestick indicator continues to be our benchmark. Another small body candle trading activity today, suggesting a lack of interest in the market, a lack of net momentum in either direction, certainly not distinctive, and suggesting that both sides are just taking a little bit of a break here. Importantly, this is a spinning top type candle, a candle of indecision, where there's been price rejection to the downside from these highs around this 21.75 major high, but also upside price rejection from around this 21.60 level and very close to the window that was opened up previously. Important trading coming up over the next few days. Obviously, this market can't keep congesting forever, and we're likely to see a breakout soon. Whether it be to the upside remains to be seen, but remembering that the longer term time frame and the medium term time frame are still bullish by trading above the Ichimoku cloud, so it's probably more likely that the breakout will be to the upside. But as always, we don't preempt the market, we react to the market, and our reaction will be to a breakout above this high at 21.75 or down below this 21.60 level and below the 10% indicator. If we do see a change of trend to the downside, the market coming off, then looking to support down this 21.34 level if that 10% is broken and if the window is finally closed. And just looking to the bands here, and once again the market trading within the bands. The bands are squeezing up, suggesting that that strong trending activity is now over. They've squeezed up quite significantly over the last 2 or 3 days or so, or 4 days. But still look just a little too far apart for there to be any strong trending activity. That doesn't mean that there won't be, so we will still be on the lookout for a breakout to the upside and with some strong bullish follow through to continue the trend to the upside. But the more likely scenario here is that we do see the market come off based on what we're seeing here, with the market unable to close up above the upper band and the upper band holding as resistance. If we do come off looking to the middle of the bands, 21.40 for the market to mean revert and hold that area as support. If we do trade down through there, looking to the lower band to initially hold a support at 21.07, very close to that round number 2100. And just to the S&P futures on the hourly charts, and here we see this very indecisive trading activity, once again trading above the Ichimoku cloud and all of the Ichimoku indicators, then at the end of the day trading down through to find support at the first pivot point support level. So above the indicators, down below suggests we're moving between bullish to bearish activity in all three timeframes. So a lot of indecision in this market. At the moment in the news session, we are just probing above that Ichimoku cloud. It is a flat part of the cloud. We always do have to be wary of breakouts from the flat cloud. So what we like to see on these breakouts is bullish breakouts if it's to the upside and strong bullish follow through, and we're not seeing that at the moment, and the opposite for the bearish. Down the bottom of the cloud here we have the Kijun-sen trading, so potentially very strong support around this region, extending down to the Tenkan-sen at 21.59. If the market can trade down through there in a bearish manner, we could easily attain the first pivot point support level 21.53, perhaps the second at 21.44, whilst the third does look too far away at 21.27. A good solid bounce off this area with bullish activity could see the market test to the first pivot point resistance level at 21.71. Moving next to the Nasdaq 100, and the Nasdaq 100 looks rather bullish at the moment. Good buying coming into this market. We haven't seen the congestion. Look at the contrast between the S&P and the next Nasdaq technology stocks certainly are leading the way in this market and pushing this market higher through important resistance at 46.96. As I said, we haven't seen that congestion that we saw with the S&P here previously, and strong support coming in at that 46.59 area. The market well up above the Kijun-sen, the Tenkan and the Ichimoku cloud, looking a little overextended, so looking for potential retracement here, but the Tenkan-sen is really highlighting some strong momentum in this market, as is the Chikou span, and this is supporting the bullish activity that we're seeing. If we do see this market come off looking to support Firstly at 46.96, which is held as support today, then that previous 46.59 level, but more importantly, even stronger support coming in at the Tenkan-sen at 46.47. In terms of this type of candle, this is a potential hanging man type pattern, not copybook, because we don't usually have the shadow on the top. But the whole idea here is the small body trading as the market was trending higher at a significant high above a very significant uptrend. And it does suggest that the market is looking overextended. The momentum, net momentum to the upside is not as great as it was previously in a healthy market. And this small body trading recently does suggest that there is potential for a change of trend, and we're not seeing a lot of strength in the buyers. But with the high extending through that high today, then it does to a degree negate the idea of this being a hanging man type pattern. But as always, confirmation required for any reversal. So we haven't seen the sellers take control on this candle either. So still looking at some strength from the buyers here, and I wouldn't mind suggesting that we could see this market trade higher. But as always, just monitor how the market reacts to these levels that we're watching, and firstly 46.96 and then the low for a potential lower high and lower low, obviously the high for sustained buying activity. Now if we look at the bands, and the bands really do highlight the difference between the S&P and the Nasdaq, and here we see continued price activity above the upper band, suggesting a strong bullish tone, whereas the tone with the S&P, even though it's still bullish, it's still not as strong as it was previously. Now obviously with this market, if it does come off, looking to the upper band to hold as support, it trades 46.59 at the moment and has held as support in the recent past. So it's some very important trading coming up if we do see any retracement with the Nasdaq, but at the moment a strong bullish tone. Now just looking to the Dow 30 and a change of trend back to the upside with the Dow, and that's quite important that we have seen the buyers able to change the trend. We did see formation of a small body candle with these sellers losing commitment in a major way and change of trend occurring, but on a weak indecisive doji type candle, suggesting that there hasn't been a lot of strong follow through here on this change of trend, and suggesting that we certainly could see a change of trend back to the downside. Obviously the Tenkan-sen coming into play here, it trades at roughly about 18,504 and may continue to hold as resistance. It will be a benchmark for the next day's trading. If we do see a change of trend back to the downside, looking to support at 18,351. And to the Russell 2000, and the trend extending further to the upside and extending through the high of the previous candle, but indecisiveness entering the market today, spinning top type candle, resistance coming in at 12.20 as well, and support coming in at 12.12. So these are the levels that we do need to monitor. Potential for the change of trend may see that change of trend, but we also could start to find or begin to find once again support coming in at the Tenkan-sen, as we've seen in the last week. So the Tenkan-sen trades at 12.10, very important area, and then down through there, obviously round number 1200 may come into play as solid support. In terms of Ichimoku, a solid bullish market in all three timeframes, and the Tenkan-sen, the Kijun-sen and the Ichimoku cloud are all pointing up, including the ticker span, suggesting that there is solid upside momentum here in this market. It's looking quite bullish, but the short-term dynamics here with the indecisiveness entering on this candle does raise some doubt about whether the first time frame uptrend will continue. And just looking to the Russell 2000 and the market trading outside of the bands does suggest that we maintain a bullish tone. The bands are squeezing and we're not seeing super strong trending activity, but we are making higher highs. The upper band, holding a support. It trades at 12.15, so we do need to monitor that. And if we do close within the bands in a bearish way, we could end up reverting back to the middle of the bands around 11.86, 11.87. Let's just take a look at some other markets, and firstly to the FTSE 250. This is the UK Equities Index, and here we see solid bullish trading up above the upper band, a white body candle today, buyers in control. If we look at these weekly pivot points, the market meeting the second pivot point and some rejection from there with the buyers losing some commitment. The upper band here holding as strong support for this market, and that will be the benchmark for the FTSE 250 on the daily charts. Just looking at the S&P 500 with the weekly pivot points, and the middle pivot point has been holding as resistance for this week. Market testing above there but unable to close above there, and also the first pivot point support level just down below there has been holding as support. So looking for a breakout. If we do see a bullish close above that middle pivot point level, we certainly could see the S&P trading up to the first, the second, and even possibly the third by the end of the week. Although third does look a little far away, we'd have to see some very strong trending activity for that area to be tested. To the Nikkei 225, and the Nikkei has seen previous a strong white body trading outside of the upper band, reflecting a strong bullish tone. We then saw it trade back within the band yesterday and now trading back outside. However, we've done that white body candle, so some upside momentum, but there has been a strong loss of commitment by the buyers around that middle pivot point level, so that's going to be crucial to any further upside. If we do see this market trade back within bands, looking for support around that first pivot point support level, possibly down to the second at 816,269. To the Australian market, the All Ordinaries Index, and strong bullish activity for the last couple of weeks. This is looking like a fairly strong market. The market has been trading above the bands, a solid bullish breakout from bands that were squeezed moderately and suggesting a strong bullish tone in this market. Today's candle, however, has seen a strong loss of commitment above that first pivot point resistance level. The sellers have taken control, and this is suggesting that there is a possibility of a change of trend for the next candle. If we do see that change of trend, looking to the upper band at 5575 to hold as support, and then the pivot point, the middle of the pivot points just below there, 5563, could come into play as support on any change of trend. To the DAX, and the DAX is looking very strong, trading well up above the bands. Very strong bullish tone here. Resistance coming in very close to that second pivot point resistance level. The buyers losing commitment. A small bodied candle here suggesting potential for a change of trend. If we do see a change of trend, looking to the upper band at, wait for it, there it is, 10184 to hold as strong support.